My dear students, today I would be taking up a topic, a rarity though, but it has been quite frequently been examiners' favorite and they are just obsessed with this topic, and my focus today would be Lambert Eaton Myasthenic Syndrome. You are well aware of the fact how many times questions have been asked from this topic. So as far as myasthenic syndrome of the Lambert Eaton type is concerned, you have first of all to differentiate it from myasthenia gravis. And as far as myasthenia gravis is concerned, just a brief prelude to that topic, you know that myasthenia gravis is an autoimmune disorder characterized by autoantibodies against acetylcholine receptors at the neuromuscular junction, and this clinical condition is associated with autoimmune diseases, and there's an incremental decrease with repetitive stimulation, and you have got the positive adrephonium or tensilon test, and you are well aware of the drugs which are to be avoided in myasthenia gravis, like the quinolones, like the aminoglycosides and the beta blockers, as well as the drugs used in the treatment like the pyridostigmine and corticosteroids, plasmapheresis, in addition to cyclosporine azathioprine. Now, as far as Lambert Eaton Myasthenic Syndrome is concerned, it is basically a bit different. It is a paraneoplastic syndrome, and it is characteristically associated with one type of lung cancer, which is the small cell carcinoma of the lung. So being a paraneoplastic syndrome, it is associated with small cell lung cancer, and like myasthenia gravis, it might be associated with certain autoimmune diseases like SLE, Addison's disease, Hashimoto's thyroiditis. So that is a bit of a similarity, but characteristically you have to remember that it happens to be a presynaptic disorder as compared to myasthenia gravis, which happens to be a postsynaptic disorder. Here there are antibodies formed against calcium channels, in contrast to myasthenia gravis, where antibodies are formed against acetylcholine receptors, and here it is decreased presynaptic release of acetylcholine at neuromuscular junction, while as in contrast myasthenia gravis is characterized by postsynaptic decreased release of acetylcholine at neuromuscular junction. So these are some of the important differentiating facts, and in addition, this clinical condition is present usually after the age of 40, in contrast to myasthenia gravis, which is present in patients less than 40 years of age. And this clinical condition, the Lambert Eaton Myasthenic Syndrome, is more common in males as compared to myasthenia gravis, which is more common in females. And especially the group of muscles involved more commonly in myasthenia gravis happens to be the eyelid muscles, the extraocular muscles, and the facial muscles, in contrast to Lambert Eaton syndrome, wherein the group of muscles involved more commonly are the limb muscles and the proximal group of muscles of the limbs, upper limb and lower limb, and the trunk muscles. Now, here there's a clinical and physiological difference as well. The repetitive stimulation causes increase in muscle strength as compared to myasthenia gravis, where there's a decremental response. Repetitive stimulation causes decreased muscle strength, and here patients on clinical examination tend to have hyporeflexia or areflexia, while as in myasthenia gravis there is no effect on the reflexes. The reflexes happen to be normal, and autonomic changes are more common in Lambert Eaton Myasthenic Syndrome as compared to myasthenia gravis, while autonomic changes do not accompany. And on testing, as I have told you, there are autoantibodies to calcium channels, and adrephonium test here is not positive. So, in nutshell and brief, the features of Lambert Eaton Myasthenic Syndrome are that it is a paraneoplastic syndrome characteristically associated with small cell carcinoma lung. It is a presynaptic disorder characterized by autoantibodies to calcium channels with decreased presynaptic release of acetylcholine at the neuromuscular junction, common in age group greater than 40 years and more common in males, and characteristic and most common proximal limb muscles involved as opposed to extraocular muscles, and hyporeflexia may be seen and autonomic changes may be characteristically seen in this disorder, and diagnosis rests on demonstration of antibodies to calcium channels. This, I hope, will definitely clarify your concept about Lambert Eaton Myasthenic Syndrome. Thanks a lot and wish you good for your exams.